Hello, everyone, and welcome to Police Off the Cuff, Real Crime Stories. I'm your host, retired NYPD Sergeant Bill Cannon, a 27-year veteran of the NYPD. You know, we were covering the Adelson case, of course, and the twists and turns in that case, and the recent release of the body cam video of the arrest of Donna Adelson on 11/13/23. Body cam video shows the moment that Florida grandmother, Donna Adelson, arrested for plotting her former son-in-law's murder. It shows, according to the written story about it, and many news organizations reporting that the former teacher was arrested boarding a flight at Miami International Airport to Vietnam in November 2023. The 73-year-old mother of three was taken into custody a week after her son, Charlie Adelson, and in the photo you're seeing on the screen right now is her former son-in-law, Dan Markell, who was murdered in 2014 by a hit team of two shooters, one of who shot. So that plot was developed, we believe, by Donna Adelson and her son Charlie, and there's many others involved in this web of intrigue and criminality. And when you look at the picture on the screen right now, of course, Dan Markell on the extreme right is the victim. Wendy Adelson, the wife, she's still free. She's an attorney. At the top of the chart here, Harvey Adelson, the retired dentist, the husband of Donna Adelson. He has yet to be arrested, nor has his daughter, Wendy Adelson. But down the road, we believe that the potentiality exists that they could be put into the arrest also for this conspiracy. Charles Adelson, recently convicted and sentenced to life in prison. Catherine Magbanua, the girlfriend of Charles Adelson, the conspirator that hired the two hitmen who you see at the bottom of this chart, Sigfredo Tuto Garcia, with whom she has two children with, and Luis Tato Rivera, an alleged high-ranking Latin King member, if there is such a thing. Not that there's not such a thing as the Latin Kings, we know there is. Whether there's such a thing as a high-ranking member, that I'm not sure of. We see the still photo on the screen. That is, of course, during the tense exchange when the police confronted her, and she found out at that very minute that her life was about to change forever. And, of course, she wasn't happy about that. Who would be? Being arrested. Here's a picture of her in better times with her husband, Harvey, on the screen there. So we're about to take a look at this body cam video and just realizing that this case that dates back to 2014 for the conspiracy to murder Dan Markell, the husband of Wendy Adelson, is not over yet. And the long arm of the law is still reaching out, and they've grabbed Donna Adelson, and she is currently in jail awaiting trial. So, folks, hold on to your hats, hold on to your seats, get ready. You're about to enter the real crime stories, the off-the-cuff, true crime from a police perspective. You're entering the police off-the-cuff zone. There has to be some common sense.
Yes, sir. They have the car stopped at 10th and Ranch Michael by there.
We still don't know who pulled the trigger. You know, when someone gets arrested, and most people that get arrested, um, for the most part, make a habit of it. So it's not shocking to them. But when someone gets arrested that is not used to encountering the criminal justice system, it is shocking and it is life changing and it's scary. It's very scary. And when you see even the look on Donna Adelson's face in this picture, you think of perhaps how scared you would be if you were about to be arrested in an airport when you expected to be, you were expecting to flee the country to avoid prosecution. However, the inexperience of Donna Adelson in criminal matters showed her and had her talking extensively to her son, Charles, who was in jail. That was where she made her biggest mistake. Here's some of the video you're watching now.
Hi, how are you? You have an ID?
Did you just hear that? The officer said, you're under arrest for the murder of Dan Markel. And she was like, oh my, that again, almost, like that again. Yes, that trivial murder that happened in 2014. You're now being confronted over that. And she sounded like she was extremely bothered over that arrest.
Your cell phone? No, I don't want to give it to you. Why do I have to?
Because my attorney said not to.
Why do I have to give it to you? This is evidence. Evidence.
They're not totally understanding what's going on. Why do I have to give you my cell phone? Well, because we're the law and you're being arrested. And your rights as you knew them before today have changed dramatically. You are no longer free to do as you please. A cell phone is part of being a free person. You are no longer a free person. We are taking your cell phone from you. And it doesn't go well. She's not, and Eva's Harvey standing right next to her. And who would, when you think about it? You're a person who's never been arrested in their life. The police confront you. They start taking your cell phone. They're going to take your property, your jewelry. It just does not sit very well.
I have to go with you. I have to go. I have to go. You don't have to go with me. Let me help you out. No, I have to stay. Please don't do this. Don't stay. You need to grab the bags. Take the bags. Yeah. You need to wait outside. Okay.
My husband's almost 80 years old. He can't
Yeah,
come
I
with
can't.
me.
Please, can I help? No, you can't join me there. Oh, don't do this, please.
Please.
Oh,
I just
God.
gotta help him get home. This is terrible. You can't do this. This is
Go ahead,
insane.
hold on to that phone.
Like maybe she should have thought of some of these things before she conspired to kill her son-in-law, perhaps.
Okay with you?
Please, give me that can plus she's not going anywhere. Please, please. You have anything in your pocket?
No, no.
Do you have anything of value in you?
No,
Plus you have a necklace on. You
Wanna go?
can take
My-
it off.
Yeah, take it off. Yeah.
And the earrings.
And the earrings.
Folks, for those like not familiar with the arrest process, anything like jewelry, cash, valuables, any type of weapon must be taken from you. Jewelry in a jail, if you're allowed to keep it, you'll become a victim of a crime because you're among other criminals. So law enforcement wants nothing more than to get rid of all of this stuff before you go into jail, because or else you're going to become a statistic in jail and you're going to get robbed, or someone will steal your property and then they have a big problem. So all the things that you view as being a free person, jewelry, perhaps a nail file, a nail clip, your medication, all of those things are taken from you. So think about that. You were once free to do as you please. Now people are going to tell you when to get up, when to eat, when to take your medication, where your medication is. Jewelry is going to be removed for you, what you're going to wear. Shocking, right? All those things are shocking to the free person that values their freedom. And this is what Donna is looking at right now, her freedom being taken away from her.
The rings, take everything. You give it to your husband. Because once you arrive at County Jail, they're gonna make you remove all that.
Can I call my attorney?
You have a passport already?
Where am I going?
Which open thing?
Where am I going?
You're going to the Dade County Jail.
Dade County Jail. No, this is right here, the one on.
No problem, you can have, no problem.
I'm sorry, remove your earrings? No.
1 minute.
It's almost, you almost feel sympathetic. She's 73 years old, but when you realize what she's being accused of, the sympathy drains out of you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go back. Yeah, we'll go back out and just.
You're making a mistake. Another mistake. There's two
Do me a favor
mistakes.
and try to take the recording.
So they're not, obviously, the Adelsons are not happy with this. A
If we can get this off.
little bit shocking.
Can you take it off, please, Donna? I don't
I don't want to hurt her. That's why.
Please.
So trying to get all the jewelry off.
It's getting there. That's all, honey. Listen to me.
Yeah. I'll call.
Get in an Uber, go home.
I will.
Take
I
it
will.
easy,
I will.
all right?
Yes.
Here, hon.
If there's anything else in her person that she wants.
Oh, it's coming, sweetheart. It's coming, just a
All right.
second.
Do you have her driver's license by any chance?
I'm sorry?
Her driver's.
It's in my
Yeah.
purse.
Yeah.
Have it.
Yeah, then you could give it.
Sir, do
It's
you need her
almost there.
passport, or can I give it to the hospital? The passport can I give it?
Big mistake to give up the passport, and I'll tell you why. Because first of all, the passport is evidence. It should be stamped if they went through customs yet, or with where they're going, and where she's been. So I would hold on to the passport. This officer's perhaps inexperienced in this, but I would hold on to that. There's no way I would give that back to the Adelsons.
Donna,
What's
where is it?
It's in the blue and white, it's in the blue and white,
Yeah, but I'm gonna get her driver's license for it. Yeah.
So body cam video on Donna Adelson as she's getting arrested in Miami.
The license, the address on your license is correct?
yes.
She needs all her.
When she goes,
They're
when she goes to the jail, they work in the hospital.
They're all in here though.
Yes, they work. If I take them here, what will happen is when you go there, they possibly toss them out. So when you go to there, you will meet the nurse and the doctor, and then they'll work in conjunction with the hospital to get you whatever you need.
Yeah, but I don't have a list with me, I know what's.
Driver's license? Yes.
I have a,
Is it multiple or is just one or two?
no, there's a bag of medication in here. Is that what you're asking me?
She can take
No, I know. I was just trying to find out if it was like one or two. Yeah, if it was one or two, then she maybe could take the name down.
Do you need anything else from her?
Can I ask
So
you
we're good to
something?
go?
Can someone just get my husband outside and
So I'll get him.
There's a gentleman here with
Here's Donna getting arrested, and she's more concerned with her husband Harvey, who is nearing 80 years old, of getting outside, getting an Uber, and getting home. It seems like she's the tough one in the family. She's in handcuffs, 73 years old, and she's concerned with how Harvey's going to get home. Very stand-up lady.
the system in any way.
I'll be okay.
I have the ring, hold on.
Let me have the ring, please. No.
So this is the arrest going down in Miami Airport on November 13th.
This is crazy.
Okay.
All right, so I don't have the meds, honey, they're all in here.
Give me 1 moment, please, hold on. 1 moment.
Thank you.
being paraded through the airport in handcuffs at 73 years old. Not a nice feeling. She definitely doesn't look like one of America's most wanted, but nonetheless, she's under arrest and walking through Miami airport in handcuffs.
All units, please secure.
Go out or?
Let's fast forward to when she gets to the car here. Outside of Miami airport, being transported to the Dade County Jail, November 15th, 2023. And we know what led to this, of course, was the conversation that she was having with her son Charlie, who had just got convicted. And what their intention was to first to Dubai and then to Vietnam, which does not have an extradition treaty with the United States. However, as we know, he never made it because he was arrested inside the airport. Right now, he's in Dade County Jail awaiting trial. It seems like the prosecution has a really good case against her with being her own worst enemy, talking on the phone with her son Charles Adelson. And as the ball drops on this case, as each tree drops, it seems that more and more people, perhaps in this family, are involved. And when we look at that photo on the screen, of course, to the left is Wendy Adelson, an attorney, and the wife of Dan Markell, who was the one who was murdered in this case. And then you see the four conspirators to the right, Katie Magbanua, right? And then Charlie Adelson and Luis Rivera, the Latin King, on the top right, and Sigfredo Garcia, who was actually the trigger man, the trigger puller in this case. And on the screen, Donna Adelson, Charles Adelson, and Daniel Markell. Sometimes when we watch this video, we forget that the true victim in this, of course, is Daniel Markell and his family and his children, too. And there's a photo on the screen of Donna Adelson in one of her court appearances, one of the hearings. Can you imagine being a 73-year-old and being incarcerated in jail when you're from an extremely affluent background? Not that that matters. Well, it does matter in regards to the shock that you must be having by being arrested in this case and awaiting trial. What is, if Donna Adelson gets convicted at the age of 73, what is a life sentence? 10 years? 15 years? 10 years makes her 83 years old. Could be longer, right? But I think that when you get sentenced to jail or prison at that advanced age, your life changes dramatically. You don't have any of the happiness and the joy of everyday life, and your life may be cut short by numerous years. And again, on the screen right there is Wendy Adelson, and everyone is waiting basically for the shoe to drop on Wendy Adelson. And one of her trials that she testified against, the prosecutor said to her, what will happen in the event of your arrest? And the shock on Wendy Adelson's face when that reality was presented to her was just incredible. But I think it's going to happen. I think it's down the road. We're going to see Wendy Adelson arrested, I believe. Again, Donna Adelson in the back of the radio car This is in November 13th, 2023. Just arrested at the Miami International Airport, waiting to take her ride to the Miami-Dade jail, where her life as she knew it would change immediately. Um, not a happy sight for anyone to watch. But when you realize what she's been, of course, and she's innocent, guilty. I will always say that she's innocent and proven guilty, but not a great look, a great thing to see. Um, really on anyone when you think about it, right? Maybe we accept it more when people are involved in the criminal justice system every day and they make a habit out of it. When you look at Donna Adelson on the screen right now in the back of this radio car, what is she thinking? Where is her mind going? She just shook her head. Is this the depths of her life as she knew it? The former teacher, the mother of a dentist, affluent Miami couple, the son Charles Adelson, a periodontist, also very successful, affluent, and a conspirator to murder her son-in-law, Dan Markel. So when we think of all these things and throw all these things out at you, that's the other aspect of it. You're opening the radio car door right now, and
I'm gonna check you first, okay? Just stay still.
this is all part of the arrest process, being searched. You have any contraband on you? You have any weapons, jewelry, anything like that? And it's a female officer searching Donna Adelson. Obviously, that is the right way to do it. In an emergency, a male officer can search a female, but this is not an emergency situation. First, we search before she goes into jail, and they'll probably search her again they will search her again upon entry into the jail. You can see this is very intrusive. This is also she's going to the bra outside, feeling it if there's prisoners and criminals will secrete things in different places on their body. So that's why they're doing a search right now. But dehumanizing in a way. The officer now is offering her some water. I don't know how she can drink it. And she's pretty limber. She got her right arm up so she could almost hold the bottle of water up to her mouth with handcuffs on. That's pretty amazing. I don't think I could do that. But this is a video cam of Donna Adelson from November 13th, 2023, as she was at Miami International Airport with her husband Harvey, trying to leave the country, which was inevitable, but sort of forced the hand of the prosecution, the police. They couldn't allow her to get on that plane. Then they would have had I'm not saying they couldn't have extradited her, but they would have had a long delay. There were a lot of legal motions. There would have been a lot of expense, a lot of things to do in regards to getting her to return to the USA. So the way they avoided that was they just arrested her right at Miami International Airport. And as you see, this 73-year-old grandmother charged with conspiracy to commit murder. We look at her face as she sits in the back of that radio car, and we wonder, what the hell is she thinking? What was she thinking when she committed this? If she did, okay. What was she thinking when she committed this crime? And we look at the face of these conspirators on the screen right now. Donna Adelson, arrested for conspiracy to commit murder. Charles Adelson, convicted for conspiracy to commit murder and murder first degree, sentenced to life in prison. Catherine Magbanua, another conspirator, hires these two hitmen, Sigfredo Tuto Garcia hires these hitmen, Sigfredo Tuto Garcia, and all of these folks, Luis Tato Rivera, involved in this vast conspiracy that went back to 2014, that we witnessed the trial. of Charles Adelson. And as we discuss where this case is going to continue to go, we look at the faces on the screen. Wendy Adelson, Dan Markel, Catherine Magbanua, Luis Rivera, Charles Adelson, and Sigfredo Garcia. This case, vast, long time ago, right? 2014, Dan Markel was murdered. So we're coming up on 10 years, right? 10 years ago, this occurred. And the old adage of the wheels of justice turn slowly. And that's a fact. And as we remember this picture on the screen of Donna Adelson in Miami Airport resisting, well, not resisting to the point of being charged with resisting arrest, but resisting giving up her freedom, as most people would, doesn't want to let go of her cell phone, doesn't want to let go of her belongings, is concerned with her medication if she's going to jail, is concerned with her 80-year-old husband getting home, right? Getting home by himself. Harvey Adelson, he's nearly 80 years old. How's he going to get home, right? Body cam video of Miami airport arrest of Donna Adelson on 11/13/2023. The conspiracy and this case is not over, as we look on the screen again with all the players here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 players, but one victim, Dan Markel. And of course, he's the actual victim of the homicide, but there's other victims in this. The 2 boys of Dan Markel and Wendy Adelson, absolutely victims. The family of Dan Markel, his friends, his associates. We always want to remember the victims in these cases. And then we look at the faces of Donna Adelson, Charles Adelson, and all the way to the right, Dan Markel, who from everyone's perspective was a really smart guy and probably outfoxed the Adelsons and was beating them in the divorce court and was beating them on the playing field of the law. And they didn't want to admit or accept defeat. So rather than do the civilized thing and continue fighting in a court of law, they decided to reach out to some criminals that took the life of Dan Markel. And we look at the chart here, and at the bottom, Sigfredo Tuto Garcia, Luis Tata Rivera, and of course, Catherine Magbanua, who was the baby's mother of Sigfredo Tuto Garcia, of course, knew these thugs to hire that would do the job of killing Dan Markel. So, which led to this. The picture of Donna Adelson awaiting for her hearing in court and awaiting for the wheels of the criminal justice system to turn slowly and to bring her to court and to hopefully justice. And again, this is part of the body cam video. Giving her some water. She's again 73 years old, treating her gingerly as they should, right? This is probably the most shocking moment of her life. And I think for a lot of us that follow true crime and watch true crime, to see someone that's not used to being involved with the criminal justice system, to see them get into it, it's an eye opener, right? And you think of yourself, could anyone in this world, even a legit stand-up citizen, wind up involved with criminal justice system? Absolutely. And it's harrowing, and it's life-changing. That's what Donald's
When he
saying
comes
here.
back, he's going to take you from here to the warrant bureau and then to the facility. We're waiting for the other officer to come back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, whatever information he took from you, I guess that's what he was missing, so he's going to head for that and come back.
Okay. So the next place is what, the warrant? What did you say?
Huh?
What did you say the next place was?
Well, see, what happened is the warrant that they have from you is from out of Leon County.
when did they issue a warrant?
So what happened is we have to take you to our warrants bureau for that information to get entered, and then after that gets entered, before we can take you to the jail, to the local jail.
Okay, because I didn't know there was a warrant. How would I know that?
Well, we wouldn't have been able to take you if there wasn't something in place.
So aren't they supposed to inform? Aren't they supposed to inform me if there was a warrant for me?
Well, I don't know the details.
I don't either.
They had a warrant, and we were the gentleman that you met earlier in the plainclothes.
Yes.
Right. They were supposed to inform you of whatever.
So the warrant, Leon County, I believe that's Tallahassee, which is where the murder of Dan Markell took place. So she has an arrest warrant from that county.
Okay.
That's far from Miami. So that's what they're breaking to her right now. And the fact that she even had an arrest warrant, period, is shocking to her. But that was just revealed, and you could see she's finding this out, and of course not, as anyone would be or wouldn't be, very excited about this. Upset, obviously, hearing about this. Why didn't I know about this? Well, because you were fleeing the country. If we told you about it, you would have fled sooner, you know? So all of these things are questions that she wants answered, but they're not really answerable on the screen. They're not answerable by these officers because there is no answer to tell her right now. So, folks, that's a little bit of we saw what the body cam video on the day that Donna Adelson was arrested, which was November 13th, 2023. And what we're all expecting very soon down the road, of course, is the court proceedings to go about. And, of course, that Donna Adelson will be tried for conspiracy to commit murder. And if convicted, can go the way of her son, Charlie, and be sentenced to life in prison. And this whole conspiracy could go down, and on the screen, picture of Wendy Adelson. She could be next. And also the husband, Harvey, could be brought into this also. Follow the money, follow the paperwork, follow the documents, follow the digital evidence, the computer evidence, follow the recorded cell phone calls, which is what put Donna Adelson in this, as my co-host will say, Phil Grimaldi, put her in the trick bag with everyone else. That's why she's in the position she's in, that she conspired. And not only did she conspire, but she spoke about it. She talked about it. And that's how she wound up in this red jumpsuit with that forlorn look on her face. And we will continue to follow this case as it proceeds through the criminal justice system. And I always like to mention when we cover these shows that we're more concerned with the victim, Dan Markell, and his family. And the fact that in 2014, Dan Markell lost his life over something that was a divorce proceeding and a custody battle of the children of Dan Markell and Wendy Adelson that the sibling Charles Adelson got involved in, because maybe he thought he was a thug too, hired some thugs to kill his brother-in-law. And then his mother, Donna Adelson, she wanted a piece of this too. She got involved. And look where it brought her, look where it brought her. On the screen next to her son-in-law, Dan Markell. So what we brought you today was just the body cam video. This case will continue, and we'll follow it as it goes along. It's pretty interesting case. Sad that a 73-year-old lady is facing life in prison, but that's life in the fast lane, as they say. Folks, thank you for tuning in today. I'm Bill Cannon from Police Off the Cuff, Real Crime Stories. Have a great day, and thank you for tuning in. God bless.
One episode just ain't enough.